Okay. Okay, let me start again, I guess. um, yes, I'm MONRHEA. I am an artist based in Nairobi, Kenya, and um, one of my practices explores creative coding, and I mostly use Sonic Pi, which is a music coding software, but really interact or rather interrogate that with Hydra, which I use for my visuals when I perform or when I'm making a music video. I really enjoy the flow that Hydra gives me. So for me, I'll share mostly from a story perspective, and I hope this inspires rather than the nitty gritties of like the actual tech itself. Um, so yeah, I started creative coding like 4 years ago, and coming to this place where now I have around 9 artists who are are exploring creative coding with me, and starting from a point where I was mostly alone, and now 4 years later I have a collective, is what I hope that it shares some inspiration, and also that if you want to start a scene, if you want to explore something and you find that you're alone, you'll eventually find people the same way. For example, I met Olivia through the internet, and she's been super supportive with the questions I've been asking, and just generally um, being a support network in my journey. Um, okay, so in Nairobi, this is a very much of a niche scene, or even a practice by itself. And at least the ways I've tried to share it with people has been, for example, at one of the clubs, I did the visual coding with Hydra. Like the DJs are going on through the night, or just busy on their laptop, and this created a really good atmosphere for that. And also, most recently, in Nairobi, we had our first music tech symposium that just happened last week. And with the collective I facilitate, which is called BYTE, we created an audio-visual performance where one of our collective members, she's called Christine, she was the one dedicated to visuals, and she was preparing that through Hydra, and also another one through projection mapping, but obviously using also our visuals that she had curated. Um, then another thing that has happened in terms of the creative coding space in Nairobi has been a hackathon was hosted by one of the tech firms. That was a full night of a creative coding night. So that was also another interesting thing. Um, yeah, so I don't know. Yeah, yeah, so maybe I could go into some of the happenings. Um, so this is back last year, where this was the first time I'd gotten an opportunity by Goethe Institute, which is an institute that helps cultural practices here in Nairobi. And all these other people were people who had talked to me about creative coding, and I asked them to join me in this performance. And I wasn't actually the one performing, I was given an opportunity for them. And they all really did some nice work. And what I really liked about this was that some of the feedback I got from the artists was that they are in the tech world but have never explored it in a creative way, and that's giving them an avenue to expand or just think of code or programming in a different way. Even one of them almost like stopped their journey in the tech world just because of the redundancy or just repetitiveness when it comes to just the normal work scenario. So them getting an opportunity to explore creative coding in an artistic way was very helpful to them. So that was last year, and then this year we got to. Before that, we hosted a workshop now where we had people from the virtual reality space, the people from the tech world, and also artists to explore to use tools for their performance in the workshop. And this is quite um, impactful. I really feel good about it because there is that yearning or people want to explore more or to add something more to their craft. Because I also did present Hydra, and they were saying like, this is a good way they can blend in like their skateboard in their skateboarders, so they can create visuals and not blend that into their music practice. And then the other link I wanted to share was maybe you can play this. I'm gonna send it on the chat, but I'm sure if I play it, it's going to lag so much. But you can share there. So this was in the music tech symposium, where now these are part of the scene, or rather one of the sessions or the sections of the performance. We performed like for 2 hours. One of them was where I was using Hydra for the visuals and accompanying the other artists who were doing vocals and playing on different instruments to perform together. So I do. Oh wait, I'm seeing my screen on the background sharing something else. Let me remove that. Okay.
MONRHEA, do you want one of us to share our screens with the Instagram into the call?
Yeah. I've removed mine.
I think we don't have sound in here, Oli.
The post is muted, so just unmute the post and then we're good.
It's okay if it's muted. On the controls on the keyboard. It's okay.
Is the projection on the
this was
like
during
on the floor?
one of and it was on one of the walls. And this is during our practice session. I didn't get to get anything of the performance, but it was recorded by other people. Maybe I can share some other time. But yeah, this was really nice, and we got really good feedback for incorporating visuals into our performance. Yeah, so maybe I can do a quick recap with what I'm trying to instill with this talk. So first of all, having creative coding gave me a different avenue to explore music and performance in general. Having incorporating things like visuals, because my music is what people would say is weird, or what I've been told. So having visuals help give that relation or accompany the flow, and it's generally just beautiful. Then also it can help you connect with people and build a community from that. So with that, I met different people in different times in life who are exploring, who are exploring this craft, and I brought them together, and now we are a community building something. Hopefully it will become a whole actual scene in Nairobi. At the moment, at least we have a collective. Yeah, and also incorporating creative coding into actual music spaces, like during a normal Saturday night club time, from someone seeing someone with their laptop and doing some visuals. So I think it's interesting for whatever we're trying to do in Nairobi. I'm not sure about wherever you are, whether this is a norm, but here it's still like something really new. And apart from that, it's also given me opportunities that I never thought I would be part of, even like being invited to share on this meetup, or even giving a talk on open source software in a conference. Like, so for me, it's a really, it has been a blessing for me with creative coding, and I hope that it does for anyone else who wants to really explore this. And generally, it also stimulates your mind because you're thinking of things in a different way rather than just a linear way. Yeah, I think I can stop there.